Am I good to go? Well, I'm George. My question is for Mike Stone. What can the state do to help the high remediation rate here in Lee County? Just on the state level, how can y'all help to bring those high remediation courses? I know 56% of high school graduates that graduate from this county are having to take remediation in CCCC. What can the state do?
I'll just briefly say I appreciate the question. What we're looking at in the state of North Carolina is actually looking for 3 reforms next year: taxation reform, transportation reform, and education reform is what we're looking at on the state level. And in education, what we're looking at is to find ways first to get money into classrooms and less into bureaucracy. And that's going to be a challenge because it's so political throughout the state, but we'll be working hard on that. The other part of the education would be, of course, a parental choice, but make sure the parents have a choice or say. A lot of times in smaller communities, it gets very difficult to fight a school system alone or by yourself. So it gives the parents some options there to help make decisions on how the children educate. And more importantly, it's competition. Competition helps everything. It's not going against the school system. It's just allowing competition and putting the power in the parents' hands. Thank you.
This is to Mr. Plazia, who seems to know more than I do about my school budget, and the auditors that audit our school system. We are audited, Mr. Plazia, and if you have a difficult time understanding how that process works, I'll be happy to sit down after this meeting or any meeting and explain to you how schools are audited in the state of North Carolina, and how many times we're audited throughout the school year to show that we do not have any possible way to mismanage funds. If we do, you are free to report it to the district attorney, and please do so. If not, tell me who the people are. When you say those people tell me, is it people in this room? Is it your friends? And on the remediation rate, you hear a lot of things that are not true from the commissioners about public education. Some of the things even Commissioner Womack know are not true concerning the community college retention rate. I have the same email that he has, which says 32% of our graduates compared to 67% in the state. At least tell the truth when you come up here so we can trust you. The question is, tell me who those people are that tell you so I can address the mismanagement as you're saying we have in our school system. Or tell the truth.
Bless you.
One simple question. Was the athletic program in jeopardy?
Well, that was professional.
And tell me how the funds were allocated for the trip to San Francisco. The point is that if you say that in an $83 million budget, which is what the total of the school budget was with the state and the county and the federal government involved, that there's no possible room for cuts. And then we find out that that the program that brought the vaunted computers here was not a grant.
Never said it was.
It was presented as a grant.
No, it was never presented as a grant.
That's how I heard it. So we'll have a difference of opinion. It wasn't a grant, but it was a grant.
But who? Just like you did.
Okay.